Okay.
You know, it's good enough.
Morning, America.
And Danny, in this interview, there's no makeup.
She'd
You
be,
know what,
she'd be,
live.
what to say?
Tis
She'd
live.
be
What he's saying, it is live. Like the
Live.
late show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
and
Here's Eamon there.
Brendan,
Just a minute. Hold on.
No, I have no experience or stories to tell.
Eamon
live
there.
and uncut.
No baptism of fire yet.
No, this is what date is today?
Today is the
14th.
The 12th.
The
It's
12th.
12th, where the
No, it is
general
the
election, where the-
Excuse me, Jolly, it is the 13th.
13th. I missed the day.
Yeah.
The European Championship started last night and that was the 12th.
Today is the
Yeah,
I
and
missed the day.
we're-
That could be quite easy for me at the moment.
First, I can't get about it.
Today is the 13th. We figured out that today is the 13th.
We had an election yesterday.
And we had the procession today, so
And-
it's
and
the
that's-
13th.
We did with election Friday.
The 11th.
That was the 11th.
This is the 12th of June,
I missed the day.
19. Oh, no.
2004.
We missed the day.
2004. Yeah, right. So, Danny, we go back to you. And
Joe.
we'll ask Jory to try to keep quiet,
Yes.
if it's possible. But
Not really.
Well, we can try. Now, Danny, how many were your family? How many of you were kids? How many of you were in the house above that were born and reared above in your house in Breenamore?
How long?
How many of you were born in that house?
Oh, sorry. There was 13 all told,
13 children.
and one day, about a week after birthday, there's 12. There's 12 still at large. They're all over the world.
And they're still all alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you often see families there to be few gone, like.
Okay, Danny. Danny, your father, what was he working at that time to be able to afford to keep
Well, I
you,
tell you what, he
to
was
look after you all and rear you?
All the moment know. To get work with the thing. He used to work with farmers. He used to do ploughing and harrying and, oats and battling and everything. And he was doing a postman job part-time. And he was working with the council part-time as well. It's only
Yes.
every now and again.
Yeah, he wouldn't get it constantly.
And so one time he was on the dole and for 5 hours a week.
And how many children were in the house at that time?
There was, what do we know, there was 9, I think, 8, 9 of us that in it. But anyhow, for 5 hours a week, and he come down to where we were living now, to sign this morning, and himself and Dan Manan up the road,
Yes.
they were asked to go to Kildare, the Kildare Bugs.
My God. Oh, to be the bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, for 5 hours a week only.
My God. My God.
Yeah. The father didn't go in here, Dan Manan didn't go in.
My God. My God.
Yes.
My God.
That's used to happen all right.
My God.
I know, yeah, but like, they're
Tough
a
old life.
a rough,
A tough old life as well.
rough,
kind of
tough
thing,
life,
yeah.
I often look back in it, and, like with all the family was there, and the hardship they put up with.
So, like, in fairness, Denny,
The hardship was something dynamite.
Denny, my generation, we've been spoiled.
Huh?
My generation, we've been kind of spoiled. In fairness,
I couldn't know, like, I mean...
different pressures, but
Yeah.
there are, Christ, we're never without, since I grew up
But
now,
even-
we're never without money either, like,
Even,
different story, like.
my father worked over in Clonaz for a year before he got married. He worked there for years, for a half a pound a week.
Yes. My God.
And
My God.
I worked there, I was only 15, and so the father sent me there. And timber boots, right? And I was there for about a couple of years in there. And because then the spring came in, I looked for a rise of
Yes.
another 5 bob, and old Bob wouldn't give it to me.
But way away.
I mean,
You know him well so.
Oh, no, I know.
Bob Cullen, yeah.
He wouldn't give me the 5 bob.
But way.
I went, well, when I get, so once a month I get paid £2 a
Yes.
month.
Yes.
And when I go home, I give the mother 30 bob out of the £2. You know what I mean? And the father arrived this time of day, and this night, about the time, and he had around 9 o'clock, my gone home to him again down the canal,
Yes.
you know, and the father was sitting at the floor smoking a pipe, and he said to me, he said, "Are you going home at all?" I said, "I am not going there no more," I said. Well, he got up and he took me with a pace, he put me a roll across the floor. And I said, and do you know what? I did determination by. I done that and I walked out the door, got the bike, come down the road, and I put the bike in over the ditch up the road there, and I slipped for 2 nights on top of the quarry.
Go away, boy.
I would be over the canal.
Go away, boy.
And the second,
Should we fierce as happened as well?
after the second night sleeping in the quarry, anyhow, I went down on the creamery this morning, and it was cold and stabby.
Cold and stabbed, of course.
And fair play to Tim Carpenter's wife, she come out and she said, "Danny," she said, "there's something wrong with you." She said, "You're very pale and shook looking."
Yes.
And then I said, "I'm all right," but I said, "I'm getting hungry." I said, "Come on away and I'll give you a good breakfast," which she did.
Actually, you got a good breakfast.
And do you know what?
And always stay in your head, wouldn't it?
I didn't approach no one at the creamery, the man they were taking the milk there.
Yes.
And conmanging up the road, he happened to be pulling with a black mare here, that in. And I was in the western side.
Yes.
And Carol that's here now, that's leaving from Nancy. And
So he wanted to pick you up.
Conway stood for a man in there, and come here to me, bye. I went over the corner there. And he Con called me out window.
Yes.
And he said to me, "I hear," he said, "you're at the leaving the crowd across the water." And I said to him, I said, "Oh yeah." And why did you leave him? I said, I was looking for a rise in my wages, and I said, "How much a week are you getting?" I said,
Yes.
$10 a week. Well, Con nearly jumped out of his shoes. $10 a week, they've doubled the same salary, and I couldn't pay him.
Come on.
You were taken on straight.
The next one that yeah, Con said to me that, "Would I start work with me now?" I said, "I don't know, Con." I said like that. He said, I do better than Canada doing any, he says, you know. And he asked me again what I work with. And I said, "How much do you?" I said, "What? I give it $30 a week." Quite something you go on mine. And
What year was that?
You were.
that was back in, where do we know? The 50. I was working coming in 100 Faraday in 1951. I think it was 1951.
What year did you go to England, Danny?
No, Johnny, I want to keep this line going on.
This line is going on.
I didn't go 1951 on you. But anyhow, Con said to me, "You can start right away now," he says. I said, "I'll have a look around and you know, playing tough with him, you know." And I didn't bother nothing that day. The following morning when he over to the house at 8 o'clock for me. And he said to the mother, he said, is that Danny inside?" And he wouldn't talk to me at the door at all. He asked me to go down to the road. I went down to the road.
So someone has to keep the colours up.
He asked me to go over that he was badly stuck. And I went over anyhow, and he told me that I get $30 a week. I'm fair play to him. I worked there for a month, and this evening we're selling babe over in the highway, they're the same thing. After we finished our supper, contacted me, "Don't you go away now," he said, "I want to pay you." And I went outside the door, and I can't come out after a while, and he said, "How much a week did I say I give you?" He said, I said, $30 a week. "Well, I'm going to do better than that," he said. He said, "I didn't have to learn anything," he said, "and feeding pigs or calves and making clothes or anything. And they gave me £2 a week."
Right.
That's not
Is that true?
That's positive.
Well,
What to say, there's an unbeliever.
you know, Danny,
He gave me £2.50 a week.
Conmagan wouldn't throw too much away at all.
I know,
would
I'm not kidding you.
That's an awful thing to say.
He gave me £2.50 a week. In the second month.
That was good money then.
It was mighty money.
Good
And
money.
grubbing all with it. Like.
But did that continue?
It continued until I packed up.
By God.
That was good money then.
I don't know, can't want to even...
Fair play to
There'd be
him.
good, spending power in that. That's
No,
as well, right?
I tell you, the weather was very bad for the month of June. There was 3 or 4 dry days, and Con went to town with water for me to get a crushed water. And he told me to pull a half load of magnesium suede.
Yes.
And that day when the weather was dry, and so the bugger to come out, so that might horse cat.
And you'd be cut in, like,
So the bugger to come
try to come out of ground. That would be has to be under pressure, like.
And when I was inside the field, anyhow, pulling, I said, you got it. But the time I do, I pulled 3 or 4 loads of malt together. You know, which I did.
If things were right, like. You know, if conditions were right.
That evening I was running up to the yard, and I was going over the third load, I think, and Mr. Mangan came over and she had asked to go back from school.
Yes.
And she said to me,
She taught me.
oh, she
taught me, yeah.
She said, Danny Murphy, she says, they can't tell you put all the mangles and sweets. I said, he didn't. But I said, with the way,
Danny Murphy was Danny Murphy.
He didn't. He didn't. I said, with the weather being dry, and I said, it was very hard on a horse to bring a load out of the field. We never done to the axle. And I said, I thought the weather being dry, that I'd bring enough of them.
Bring enough, yeah, the whole, yeah.
And she said, don't you ever do that again unless Con told you. I went on down for another load earlier, and this time when I come back, Con went back. Gee, can I take you?
Right.
Kitty.
Now, Danny,
Candid camera.
Danny, when, do you remember your brother Jackie? He worked for Conlines.
Jack worked for Conlines as well.
He worked for Conlines as well.
Well, Conlines was nearly...
Pat, if you had one of the
No,
lower...
We're playing it live, weren't we?
This is what you call...
I wouldn't substitute him at all, like.
This is what you call, this is your life.
Yeah, and just hang loose, man.
and what a life I had.
So, Danny, how many of you, I think, perhaps I'm right, I don't know, you didn't all, 11 of you, 13, you didn't all live in the house at one time. Because some of you had gone up and walked on the way,
No, well, we didn't all...
reside in the house at one time.
Yes.
Because some had done a little walk.
Well, maybe
No, well,
not all,
that was me. What do I know? That was me and Jack and Sheila. Sheila worked in the old land. Right? Jack was working with Conlines. And I worked with Conlines. You know what I mean?
at any given time there'd be 7 or 8 in the house.
Yes.
Yeah. Because as the bird got strong, he flew the nest.
That's right.
And that's the way it happened.
Very well
yeah,
said.
yeah.
Very well said.
Yeah. I often look back.
Jerry?
A rock
My old legs are getting weak and things.
Eh?
Let you talk away there. Would I change it a small bit?
Sure,
When you were in Conmannings, was Julia Scully there?
No.
Who was Judah Scully?
Be above the head.
Babe was there.
Who was Judah Scully now, Eamon?
Huh?
When did Julia come there?
Julia come there after. What do we know?
After you were gone.
That's when Babe went.
Because
Babe was there 5 or 6 years.
she was there when my brother Billy was there.
Billy taught me, he worked up there, yeah.
Babe was there.
And that's Billy Daly now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I thought Julia was there too.
she could have been. I was over in England that time.
What?
I crushed I wouldn't know.
You were not? No,
No, I was working up in Cork with Johnny Woods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were there long then, Denny?
I was a year and a half there.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you what, I was driving a wagon there. I went in there as a greaser, right? And the next to it, there was an old wagon driver here in the garage getting springs put under the wagon, a 4B8.
Yes.
And the foreman in the garage asked me to take the Leyland Comet out of the pit.
Yes.
To get it loaded, like, you know.
Yes.
And this old boy that was in the garage, and he was getting his wagon repaired. He went in the cab with me out to Carrigal Line. You know, I carried it in my hand.
Yes.
And when I landed out in the pit, the old boy said to me, he said, you're a good little driver, but you're driving a bit too close. You know what I mean? I said, too close to what? You know?
I suppose he meant the ditch.
You're dead right.
You might have been to the can from down.
Eamon, hold away now. Take it this way. Supposing if you're driving a car for years, right, and you sit into a car there, the passenger,
Right.
and to go east the road,
Yeah.
you'll be
Yes.
You'll be afraid that you change it.
I would. I agree, Dan.
That never worried me, like.
Danny, the mink is a new animal that's come into the country. You caught one of them, killed one of them, did you?
Mink.
With your bare hands.
I can't with me bare hands, bro.
He's still alive to tell the tale.
Could you explain how it happened, how you did it? Because
Well, no, that was 5 of them there.
Would you behave yourself?
But, Brendan,
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, I had 16 hens at home and I had 2 cocks. Right. And this morning I went to feed the hens. There wasn't a sound out of them. I was down in Petty School this morning actually. And I thought things very, very quiet. And when I went to the farmhouse and here, not a hen to be found.
They were.
You know what I mean? And I looked around and I looked over in Johnny Hurley's field and everything looking for feathers and this and that, nothing.
There was no Mr. Rain Urban after coming at all.
So the couple of days after I went into the house, I was having all bags of balls and nuts and everything inside the same thing. And I went in, and there was turtles in there, and the other walking and said to the house, spongy like I said, what is it?
Yeah.
And what was it? The whole lot of the hens buried under the turtles with the mink.
Yeah.
So
Clear them out.
the next one then, yeah, I set rabbit traps for them. And sheets of galvanized up against the wall, and I cut 4 of them.
4
And
months.
I cut 4 of them in the traps, right?
How
and
did you give him a final farewell, like?
Well, hold away now. I gave him a lovely final farewell.
I guess I don't know if we have enough tape at all.
And
We
then-
need it.
No,
Well, when you start, you're supposed to finish.
no. The way I gave him the final farewell was,
Yeah,
I'd have him in the top there to be live, like,
this is the point now.
you know. And I'd bring him outside the door then, and I'd tease him with a bit of a stick, like, you know.
Teach who?
The mink,
Well, you should see them.
tease him.
That should be,
Were
Debbie.
you talking to them or were they there with you?
I'd have a bit of a stick and keep prodding at him and he'd keep biting the stick, like, you know.
I'd normally give him a necklace procedure, like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why?
That'd be a South African procedure.
I'd have him cutting a rabbit trap, like, you know.
Which is your okay.
You know what I mean? And
A rat trap, I'd catch him.
wait,
All right.
But
That plastic pipe is it.
but anyhow, bring him outside the door then, like, you know, and get a bit of a stick and keep teasing the whore. And you'll hear a bash of him and he'd go to, they have a full set of teeth, top and bottom mirror.
Yeah.
And you hear him
Yes.
grinding into the stick.
They've
Yeah.
no backbone.
No.
There's 2 main
But
incisors.
anyhow,
There's 2 main incisors that go right through. There's 2 needles, aren't they? The first 2.
they're like sinews.
Yeah,
But
they get a grip. They get a savage grip with them, like.
Danny,
But-
we'll
and-
get on to the night.
And anyhow, the first
Wait
one,
inside for him.
the first one I killed down here, after I killed him, I brought him out on the road and Sadie Hurley were going home from the family. And she had her mother with her.
Yes.
And I had them hanging out, and there's a terrible stink out from them.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, when
They
they're
just come-
cornered, they give off a stink. Yeah. If you trap them, they give off a
anyhow,
stink. Yeah.
I had them by the back leg, like, you know. And Sadie said, and then, oh my God, what have you in your hand then? I said, a mink. I said, I'm just had to kill him. And I said, Sadie, I said, I'll open the back door and I'll throw them in the back seat here. You can cook them for your dinner. You're doing nothing. She put a car in the gear and took off.
But they have wrecked in this country.
But no, listen to me now. I was at the kitchen farming the rabbit taps in it, and there was one bugger I couldn't catch him. No way. And this frosty when I came into the house in the yard, you know, and there was a timber partition up.
And that was for the fowl too, wasn't it? Fowl and fish.
There was an opening in the door, and I was in for a smoke, but I couldn't smoke. I never an hour and a half inside there, standing still alongside the partition. And there was one cop there starting to kill it, you know.
Yes.
And he was up in the tower of his car up near the roof.
Well frightened, so.
No, I said I put him there to do one of the real mission, actually.
Stop the traffic with it.
But anyhow,
I'm not doing too bad.
anyhow,
a man would go to red colours.
I waited this night and waited, and the next one I had all manure bags on the other side, and I had it ratting. I thought it was a rat for.
Yes.
And then I waited. The next one I could hear it clanging up the. There were four boxes.
Yes, he was motoring.
And I was just like the position up about that high front. I was there and I watched him. The next one I see the black thing going across in front of me. You're only a couple of yards away from where the cat was. The next one I grabbed the whole like that.
You cut the neck with your hand.
I cut him with my hand, of course.
Where? Around the neck, at the tail?
The
tail?
Just at the shoulders.
At the shoulders?
And
he no backbone.
I haven't cut rats with my bare hands.
I mean, he's no backbone.
Did you?
And if you catch a rat with your bare hand, you start burning the hand like that, you know.
And how do you get around to catching rats with your hand? Because usually people have traps. But how are you forced into the situation?
I don't know what I'm you there about 2-3 years ago.
And did you lie for the rat or what?
I lied, yeah.
You lied for him?
Huh?
You waited.
No.
You better trap.
No, all the way over there.
Yeah, how to get done?
You could stand in a position and not to make a move. And if a rat come along, you know, if a rat come along, and make sure that you're in the right grabbing position.
Yeah.
And just oh yeah.
Up the yard, up the fucking yard,
There's no able Daily could do that.
Huh?
Able Daily could do that.
I know, but we don't have any rats in here. Brendan,
no, I just talk nicely.
Brendan, you know, when you bottle the hand that way, you confuse them. You confuse them when you bottle the hand. You know what I mean?
Can we show them for Kerry?
I love Kerry, like, I only take them in small doses.
The same night I cut them in by the hand in there. I took them away.
Have you killed many rats with your bare hands in your day?
I tell you what.
Don't stop them.
All the way now. I killed several of them. When I walk with Carmine, he used to pit those spots those types of fields.
You were worse than Ronald Reagan. we had to put him down.
Brendan, listen now, kid. Brendan. Have you that poor cat ferret at home? Is that the rat you're going to do this foot? You take the ferret off and put him into the foot, you know.
I only ferreted one evening over, and the ferret we had was a disaster. Because
when the ferret got the rat wasn't coming out, I just put my hand in as far as I could, and the next thing you get a bite.
Yeah.
You know, and what were that?
Yeah.
And you bring him out.
But stuff onto your
But
finger.
the ferrets.
Yeah.
The ferrets be well trained, like. But
my father told me this now.
Sheep as well, like.
My father told me this now.
Yeah.
Was, if you ever get a bite from a rat, always suck the blood out of your hand for at least about 5 minutes.
The first thing with a rat would be, a rat is the cleanest animal in the world.
So Jesus, when I walked over and done it.
A rat is the cleanest animal in the world, like.
Sorry.
If you had a pet rat there.
I walked over in England.
You couldn't get him better, like.
I walked over in England. I walked over in the sewers.
Yeah.
And the sons are littered with rats. That feed us.
Oh, so there's no waste to be going down, probably. There's
all sort of rats. There's pig rats, jag rats, everything.
I travelled here one morning and was coming down with the tractor.
This evening we were outside in the sewer and
And the road was diverted. The road was diverted at the time. And I remember a rat coming up. He was a water rat. You could know him straight. He was the big heavy rat.
Yeah, but it had hair in him.
Where does he go? Only into Riley's shop.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Collie Cahan was there. What? We have,
No, not that.
no, they make us more hyper.
I'm sure you could be more hyper, I'd say.
Stand back now, boy.
Candid camera.
But I was going out with the tractor. The top road here was closed. The bottom road was living. The rat came up from the stream here, back to your place. Where does he go? Going into the shop. Straight in.
Welcome.
Christy Cotter, there, gasman. Christy never saw the rat. The rat ran straight in. And he really was there. Jesus Christ. Any cop the rat straight, we put on just for day trying to get rid of the rat.
But Johnny, that wasn't after a rough night the night before. You did see
No,
it,
no, it was coming.
Well, you saw it for real. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of rats in my time, like.
Yeah, but
No, this was a true story.
Yeah.
You couldn't see. It was so funny. Because I see Curly, the fox going.
You're talking there that you caught the mink alive and the rat and
It's only improved, like.
And I let him go again.
Do you feel sorry for him, Eamon, or what?
But Danny, he beat you there. You couldn't do that, what Eamon did.
Think too many for the can get the fox on the run.
He must be folated somewhere.
No, he was only, he won
Had he his full senses he had?
he won much more.
Was he a respectable fox?
Oh, Jesus, yes, he had the full coat.
Are you the cub?
More than a cup. A lot more than a cup.
Although I know. I don't know when I dog him, then I took Liam off him away from that road to Mulligan. Right. And as we end up behind the mast,
Yes.
right? And they're going off from Mulligan, when there a fox running in the side of the road, I had a mast too, because in the car, I'll never forget it. And rain,
What was that?
all the way along here, the horse stayed standing. And the next one they got out nice and jolted out of the car, and I walked around the back of the wheel, trying inside the boot of the car. Right? And we were there until about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And tis hard-boarded in the back of the seat, you know.
I'd say we'll still be here till 2:30. What?
She's always still salty.
And you're been tis hard-boarded in the back of the Matthew seat, like, you know. And when I come along the road, there were no one of the two women there on the back seat, and there was the fox in the back, and you could hear them rooting and tearing, like, you know.
You got the skirts now.
Tearing at the hardboard, like, you know. And
yeah.
I could hear Mary saying, what's going to happen if you break into it?
There should be no panic in it.
And I took that fox home.
Enjoy life while it lasts.
I took that fox home. I had him at home for about 12 months. And my mother used to head up. I she plywood up in the back, the back of the house.
Eamon Daddy, tried to tell us what the hell.
No, that story, Dan have me baiting out of that.
Oh, but you did close to
In a 45-degree, I was having a sheet of plywood up, and a good long chain on the fox, like, you know. And the mother used to have hens there, and in a way there, using the hens go underneath where the fox was.
I remember.
And the mother was we had to meet, and they never got really good.
I'm very camera shy. Ger Hurley often told me a good story. You know Ger Moonshine well, and Ger wouldn't be too shy at all. Bandit was going fairly good in 1975, I would think. And he won a lot of caper, and he was a good dog. But there was one he was a cowardly bastard. He was a brindle dog. Raider.
No,
They all